Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in with me for this tuning. Um, Great to have you all, so many of you already here, and hopefully with the instruments ready to go. This has been clearly for those of us who are sensitive and care about our fellow humans a difficult few weeks. And I do feel like I'm seeing in social media so many people feeling the need to pray, to come together, to have intention, to do something. And sometimes I'm a little reluctant to take on big tunings like this. Sometimes it can feel a little to me like, oh, we're just tilting at windmills. It's a waste of time and energy to try with our little selves to inform and influence something so large and churning and clearly energized. But it can't hurt to try. It can't hurt to make an effort, I guess. We're not trying, we are doing. And when we gather together to do these kinds of things together, it's definitely more powerful than if we're all trying to do it on our own, right? And it's nice to know that we have community, that we have each other, that there are so many humans who care about their fellow humans and want to show that in whatever way we can, want to send strength. For those of us like me who's in Vermont, nothing going on here at the moment, but we've certainly had our share of floods and difficulties in this state as well. I know that the speed of the hurricane, the winds have dropped. It was expected to drop coming in for landfall. So it's expected to hit in the next hour. So this feels timely for us, sort of last minute intentional push with love. I think the best intention for us to hold here is really love. It's not to destroy the hurricane, to smash it, to use any kind of violence against it, but just a very gentle, calming, loving, settle down now. Just settle down. No need to be so riled up. And I know that there's also being quite a lot of tornadoes being spawned in Florida, which is very alarming, right? So I want to put a little energy of that. And then also just sending so much love and prayers to the people in Appalachia who are still reeling, not just Appalachia, right? Florida. There's a bunch of Floridas getting hit twice here. It just seems so unfair. And we still have 4 more weeks to go before the election. And I think there does tend to be a sort of general sense of anticipation that these kinds of things are going to keep coming. So let us see what we can do with our own intention and our own instruments. Maybe some of you saw some of the info that was floating around about how they used to use the bells to dispel storms. And I don't know how true that is. They got rid of most of the bells, so we don't really know what they can do. But certainly I know from my work with tuning forks that sound can dispel storms in our own field and low pressures and excess moisture from being blue. In fact, I did 2 tune-ups today where I had to calm storms and dispel clouds on individuals. So if it works on the individual, then all of us working together as a collective will have some impact. I know that it will. It's all water. Yeah, Georgia. Great. So I love that so many of you are tuning in from so many places. We've got Cloud Trapper tuning in from Tampa, who still has power, it looks like. Very happy to see that you are here. And hopefully I saw that you earlier wrote in the chat that you've got bells and bowls and forks and organite. So I'm glad that you are there holding it down, being our radiant point in Tampa. There's also the storm surge put attention to settle down. So great. And I know that there were some people that were going to try to tune in from the UK and Europe, but it's like 3 a.m. there. So if you didn't make it, I forgive you. All right, well, let's get to work, shall we? I'm going to start us off just with a kind of a bringing us together and tuning us in, and then kind of open up the floor for us to all make some noise together in our own spaces, with our own prayer, intention, dance, song, chant, what have you. I'll be here banging on my forks while you do that. So I'm just going to start us off with just some centering, some grounding, and connecting with each other. Right? We've got 165 on at the moment. Probably pick up a few more, and that is a sizable group of people. If we were all jammed here in my apartment, there would be a lot of us. So, okay, I said we definitely have some Florida people here. So we're all sending you hugs. Just so you know, whenever there's things like this, I always want people to remember to tune into the fact that there are so many people praying for you, and that is in the airwaves all around you. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start us off with the 222 and just bringing us all into a circle, into a presence, into a common vibe, common radio station together, and amplify the power of our unit. Okay, here we go. So I'm using the 222 hertz fork to start. And while I use this, I just want to invite you to settle into your seat wherever you are. And really feel your butt on the chair, your feet on the floor. And let your jaw relax, let your shoulders drop. The muscles around your eyes soften. And start to deepen your breath down into your pelvic floor. So with each breath, bring it deeper down into the pelvic floor until your breath really meets your butt on the chair. Just really anchor yourself into your body. And if you've got a 222 and want to do this with me, please do. Good. Just really feel yourself. Just sense of self. And then what I want you to do is I want you to open up your crown. Like imagine you have a little sunroof on the top of your head. I want you to slide it open. And now I'm going to hold this fork right above your head. And we're going to bring in a lot of crown energy, really connecting to God, to source, to the force and the power that unites us all. So just feeling that opening in the crown, feeling yourself tap into that source of light and life that feeds us all, that gives us life. And start to bring that down behind the eyes, into the head, brightening behind the eyes, brightening the face, coming down the throat, into the torso. And just let that light spread feel it in your heart, and take a moment to just breathe that light into your heart. And as you breathe into your heart, we've got 180 souls here with us in this moment. And I just want you to feel everybody else who's breathing this light into their heart and how we're connected through that light. And it's in all of us, and we are all of that. We bring that all the way down into the pelvic floor. And very consciously, very determinedly, many of us live from the diaphragm up. So sometimes bringing this light and bringing our breath and bringing our awareness all the way down in the sacral and root centers isn't the easiest thing to do, but we need to be really focused right now. Like we can't go wandering off in our isms, right? Hold yourself to this awareness. Don't overthink. Just be with your somatic presencing. Feeling light coming down through the hips, down the legs, and down out your feet, down into the earth. Just feel this column of light energy coming down the crown, straight shot through your central channel, grounded in the earth. Feel the electromagnetic charge of the earth. Feel the circle that we're all in. A big breath into the heart. Give thanks that we have power, that we have internet, that we have the ability to care, the time and the energy to devote to our fellow humans. Oh, yeah. It's sacred to gather together like this in prayer for our fellow humans. It's a beautiful thing to do. I'm using the 222 hertz fork for those of you guys who just came in, and we're just presencing, we're just bringing ourselves into this moment together, creating a circle of energy with everyone that's present. Okay, and now what we're going to do is I'm going to use the 144 and we're going to amplify our own collective energy. So I want to invite you to come in with any instrument, any drum, whatever you've got, and hold the intention that the circle that we've created, and now we're going to build and amplify our collective energy. Okay, so go for it. I wish I could hear you. However you're called, we'll just spend a minute or two just building and seeing a building of the coherence, the strength, the power of the collective bubble that we are forming together in the ether right now. Go for it. Make some noise. So I'm seeing kind of a circle going around and around. We're kind of forming our own little hurricane in a good way, a good hurricane, building strength. And I feel you guys adding energy. I'm probably going to get wiggly like I do. And anybody, I feel in some of you, like your voice wants to come up and out, but you might be holding it back. You can just make it something really simple, like a ha, ah, right? Just ooh, oh, ow, ow, whatever it is. But I feel this sort of collective tension in the throat. So just let some sound out, and it can be quiet. You don't need to be shouting it at the top of your lungs, but let some sound come through if that wants to happen. Maybe you want to stamp your feet a little bit, right? What does your body want to do? Our primitive ancestors, our indigenous ancestors, knew very much how to bring this earth energy up and sky energy down, and the sounds to make. Yeah. And let your primal self just come through without trying to censor, however that wants to show up. I'm getting hot. This is definitely moving some energy. Yeah, good sounding. I feel it. Drawing energy up from the earth, drawing energy down from the sky, moving it in the circle of our hearts, building energy. Yeah, good. All right. I broke a sweat, so we're definitely making some heat, making some power here. All right, I want to do just a little bit more with another frequency, and if you want to change instruments, go ahead. This is this is 696. Geez, I'm starting to really need glasses. This is 639 from the solfeggio set. Just bringing in energy from the stars, from our friends the luminaries, beyond our sun, the great central sun, all the energies of the cosmos. Yeah. Cosmos within, the cosmos without. Yeah, my feet want to go somewhere. Good. Okay, we're almost there. Almost there. We're almost full of the energy that we're building. Good. Okay, so I just feel like we just reached critical mass of illumination and strength. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this morphic field that we've created, that we are all informing, and we are going to direct our minds to the hurricane, to Milton, as it is churning towards the Florida coast. And let's just all just listen to it first. Let's just tune in before we seek to invite it to do anything. Let's all just take a moment to listen to it in whatever way you listen. Okay, I'm going to listen with the 174. The hurricane saying, all these people trying to tell me what to do, and you guys are the first ones that have really listened. So that's cool. So connect with the spirit of the hurricane, the entity, maybe the elementals that might have been co-opted into it. Listen and what do you hear? Drop in the chat. I'm so curious what you hear as you listen to the storm. So I hear that it has very low pressure. Very low pressure. It's some of the lowest pressure ever measured in this storm. So that's one thing that's really coming through is a low pressure. C minor. Static, bustling echoes. Sunspun. Well, it's interesting because there's been a series of X-class solar flares allegedly, which all seem to be hitting all at once allegedly in through the atmosphere. And so part of what is supercharging the storm, and also Helene, is this solar activity as well. I feel the pressure in my breathing. Yeah. Anger. I mean, anything that churns is pretty angry. So there's some anger in there. Exerting so much effort it doesn't want to be exerting. That's interesting. It is welcome to suggestions. Water is purifying and we need cleansing. I have washed you till you are whiter than snow. I do think that there is, I do believe in God's plan. I am ever an optimist. I do think that sometimes we need terrible things to happen to bring us closer to what's real and what's true. At the end of the day, after Helene, nobody gave a damn whether you were blue or red or who you were voting for. When shit gets real, none of that means anything. None of it means anything. And I think we need shit to get real to some degree so that we stop being manipulated by falsehoods. Love needed. Yeah. The elementals feel tormented. That's an interesting observation, right? So those of you who are able to tap into the elementals, to commune with the elementals, yeah. Lots of worry and hurry. Yeah, Dawn says it feels nauseous. It does feel a little nauseous. All right, I'm just going to be quiet for a moment. We'll listen for another little bit, and then we'll start to work. All right, well, I might be imagining things, but I do feel like we have its attention. And so it's listening, we're listening. So I always feel like the answer to everything is more love. That what everything needs is more love. And so let us Now that we've listened and maybe we felt the low pressure, we felt the nausea, whatever it was that you heard or that you're sensing, what is the specific loving antidote to that? If it's raising the pressure or liberating the elementals or settling the spirit, calming the ocean, whatever it is that you're hearing and sensing that wants to be relieved. I want to invite you now to come in with your forks, with your voice. Again, we'll spend a few minutes just delivering since it is paying attention and we're all together. So remembering, just bringing back an awareness, a moment of our connection, of the energy that we've created and how what you're sending isn't just you alone, but the power of the whole group. Okay, we got 218 people now. Okay, so here we go. Tuning into the storm and giving it whatever you feel it needs based on what you heard. Again, don't be afraid to use your voice, your body, stamp around. Be a 5-year-old. Right? Love, coherence, just so much love. Calming, soothing. This is the 144 and the 222 together. We call these the peacemakers. Yeah, peace, be still. Liberating the elementals. Yeah. So I'm seeing, I don't know if it's really happening, but I'm seeing the diameter of the storm shrinking. It seems to be getting a little smaller. I don't know. Curious what anybody else sees in their mind's eye, the water getting cooler. They won't see us coming. Who would suspect a group of biofield tuners, right? Tuning forks can go so under the radar because they seem so improbable. Balance restored. Whales. Yeah, we can invite the whales to join us, the dolphins. The whales, they're so sentient. Pretty easy to tune into shamanically. Whales love to communicate with us. Circle in the beautiful song singers of the deep. Yeah, cooler, relaxing the spin. Hurricanes spin counterclockwise, maybe picture spiraling clockwise. Yeah, just to kind of slow that rotation, again, to settle it down. And yeah, really holding to the best of your ability, right? That we're not going to get through this chaotic mess unless we really find our center. Then we stay in our center and we breathe into our center and we pray a lot. And that we radiate that out into the world around us. Storm surge to be pulled back into the ocean. Yes. Sending that storm surge back in the ocean. Okay, I'm feeling like we need to keep going. So sounding, tuning, stamping, loving, serenading, settling, settling those tornadoes. Calming the storm within. I see the disentangling of human fear from the storm so that it can have its own expression. I'm holding fossilized whale bones my grandfather dug up in Venice many moons ago. One of them is heating up. Yeah, I'm getting warm. We're definitely making some heat. I have some whale ears. I should have dug those out, but I'm going to resonate them anyway. Somebody gave me like fossilized whale ears. I thought that was a really cool gift. All right, I'm going to switch up my forks, do something random. This is very strange. This is 396 and the 144. So this is a very interrupting, kind of chaotic combo. Right, but this feels important. It's like just sort of sending in some disruption to the organization. It's kind of back and forth across the hurricane, disrupting its intensity. More heat. Yeah. Yeah, Milton is in the process of making landfall. So we kind of landed here right around while that is happening. So earlier in the day, I was like, should I have made it earlier? But this is where we ended up. Good. All right. Wow, I'm so hot. Is anybody else really hot too? Like really hot. Koshi chimes, nice. Okay. For those of you who are good listeners, let's take a break from our inputs and either tune in quietly or use a fork to listen. And let's just listen again to the storm and see if it feels any different or sounds any different. Let's see what might be different about it just from that little bit that we did, if anything. All the elements realizing they feel tired of being abused and manipulated. That's interesting. It does seem that way, right? Okay, well, what I'm noticing is that we seem to have possibly, I always get it. This is like we're kind of going into the world of weird, right? I mean, as if I'm not already weird, but whatever. I'm just noticing like a counter spin. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a counter spin. And a kind of relaxing. So that's what I'm noticing. Milton is grateful. Milton is grateful to be part of our consciousness. I am you, you are me. We are one, as above, so below. He says love is the most omnipotent power in the universe, the power to transform. Yeah. Yeah. Sensing fatigue in the storm. Energy is flushing out. Good. Okay. So now, Carrie said, sending love and light to Milton. So let's just do that. Let's just everybody take a moment and kind of circle around the whole arcane and let's just beam love into its center. Okay, with whatever fork you want to use. I think I'm going to use the 528 for that. The bees. Oh, Denise, how lovely. The bees have joined us. We've got bees and whales. The bees, of course, are so lovely. And if any of you have ever connected with bee consciousness in the ether, they're just the loveliest, loveliest energy. So let's welcome the bees. Hear them? There they are. Ooh, chills. Wow. Yeah, so the bees are sending love and the whales are sending love. Okay. I think Milton is feeling loved. So now what I want to do is I want to direct our attention to the people, to the humans in the path. And we're going to send lots of love and coherence and strength to every human, to every animal, to people who are everything that is still there. Okay. So let us just hold those beings in our hearts and minds. And again, with whatever instrument, whatever way you want, it's just all together, all 240 of us, send love and energy to the people of Florida. This is such a strong, clear signal. So pure. It's really beautiful to see. Like, I just feel all of your hearts. Like, I love you guys. This is really important and, like, I don't know, meaningful. Just cover that whole state of Florida for the people that were hit before, for the people that are going to hit again. We're going to head up into Appalachia too, but not quite yet. Just want to stay in Florida for another minute or so. And however you want to speak prayer, sing prayer, tone prayer. So Dougie Bones said allegedly it's down to a category 2, which is great. That's way better than a category 4, which is what they were saying. Let's just let it. I feel I don't know. I don't know if I'm imagining this, but I just feel the energy of the storm dropping. Like I just feel something just settling, and I feel the strength of humans and the power of everyone's prayer and all the collective care landing. Yeah, it feels softer. Yeah, unwinding, softening. It's softening at its core. Yeah, it does. It feels softer. Yeah. Good. Okay. And so let us go with our hearts and our minds to all the people in all the states that were impacted by Helene. I know we've been really moved by the stories that we've been seeing. It's sort of an unfathomable tragedy that has unfolded for so many there and continues to. Um, so let's just take a moment to go there, to Appalachia, to all the people affected by. Yeah, so the tone really changes in here. Um, just strength. I feel like so many people here really need strength. It's very pinched. But there's been so much suffering there, so much of a hard time, so much loss. Just wish I could hug everybody. Strength. Yeah, strength. Connection to God. Resourcefulness, resources. Solidarity and community. Miracles. Comfort. Yeah, comfort. Okay. All right. So I'm starting to feel like we're coming to a place of completeness. I don't want to keep you all for the whole evening. Let's just again come back to our circle, our hearts, our effort. Right? And let's set the intention that the bubble of coherence and unity that we've created together, that the sounds that we've rung together, and the heartfelt prayers that we've shared, that the energy, the momentum of that continues to build, continues to help to settle things down, continues to send strength and hope and good fortune and miracles to everyone. Yeah, nice. I feel like kind of the center of hurricane. I feel very sweet and still. Hopefully you guys do too. Thank you for showing up. Thanks for spending this 38 minutes together with all of us. And just set that intention that what we've done together will just keep on working. Yeah. All right. And hopefully we don't have to get together for more disasters anytime soon, but we will if we need to. Thank you so much, everybody. All right. Everybody stay well.